Zombie apocalypse.
Hello everyone, AtomicDudMan here, and I'd like to welcome you to another
Nuclear News segment.
Today I will be reporting some really bad news for players who want to roleplay as a dark witch and or wizard within Hogwarts Legacy. Also, in my latest video, it shows that 91.6% of you are not yet subscribed. If you could, please click that subscribe button. It really does help the channel out. What this channel is really about is pure gaming news, game reviews, and a voice for the community's wishlist of what we want in future titles of upcoming video games. I try to upload at least one time a week, so if you want to be notified when a new video goes live, hit that small little bell icon down below. With all that being said, I hope you guys get to kick back, relax, and enjoy today's show. Hogwarts Legacy might avoid giving players access to the Wizarding World's unforgivable curses, but that could cause major problems all on their own. Since players will be put in the role of a Hogwarts student, it seems likely that Hogwarts Legacy will try to avoid giving them access to the 3 unforgivable curses. However, the nature of these curses in-game raises question about player freedom and could pose a big challenge for Avalanche as it tries to strike the right balance in the upcoming RPG. The 3 unforgivable curses are the Cruciatus Curse, which causes immense agony and was used to torture the parents of Neville Longbottom in the Harry Potter's books and films. The Imperious Curse, which allows a caster to override the free will of the victim. And the most infamous curse being Avada Kedavra, the Killing Curse. Students learn about each of these curses at Hogwarts and their defense against the dark arts lesson, but by the time the first Harry Potter book, any wizard caught using one of these curses can be sentenced to life within Azkaban. But when it comes to these curses, there are exceptions. Aurors like Mad-Eye Moody were permitted to use these curses during the First Wizarding War. In general, however, the unforgivable curses live up to their name, and unless a wizard or witch can prove that they only cast one of these curses while under the effects of the Imperious Curse, a life sentence in Azkaban is automatic for the wizard or witch. The challenge for Hogwarts Legacy is simple. Will the game give players access to these curses? The initial answer might appear to be no. The studio could shy away from allowing players to instantly kill or torture their fellow students in-game. However, there are a few reasons the situation may be a little more complicated. Before we go any further, I'd like to just have a quick shout out and thank you to all my supporters and Patreons. If you'd like to become a member, that would be absolutely awesome. The link is down in the description below. But here's a special thank you to LJK1232. Player freedom versus the tone of Hogwarts Legacy. First off, we as fans of the franchise don't yet know how exactly spells work within Hogwarts Legacy. It's very unclear if players will learn certain spells and then have access to them for the rest of the game, for example, or whether certain spells will be limited to certain segments to stop players slinging off a Cruciatus Curse during herbology class. Not only that, but students at Hogwarts do appear to learn the unforgivable curses in class, if not how to cast them. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Barty Crouch Jr. is seemingly allowed to demonstrate the Cruciatus Curse on a spider-like creature within the class in both the book and the movie adaptation. Granted, he is a Death Eater in disguise, it appears that the curses are permitted for the sake of defense against the dark arts, and the students would know how the curses work. To further add to the complication, even the heroes of Harry Potter use the unforgivable curses on multiple occasions. Harry attempts to use the Cruciatus Curse on Bellatrix Lestrange in the Order of the Phoenix after she murders Sirius Black. In the 6th book, though not the movie adaptation, Harry casts the Cruciatus Curse on Snape after Dumbledore's death. Though like Bellatrix, Snape easily deflects its effects. Both Harry and Ron also use the Imperious Curse while infiltrating Gringotts, the Wizarding Bank. And even a further example of this is if you see in the movie adaptation when Hermione and Ron are trying to kill Nagini, the last Horcrux, that Ron shoots off a ball of green light, which could also be seen as Avada Kedavra. In other words, it seems that Hogwarts students not only know about the unforgivable curses, but that the stories, if not government of the Wizarding World, permits them to use these curses under dire circumstances. Indeed, if a Hogwarts Legacy player was trapped with a troll like the one seen within the trailer, it's hard to see how the unforgivable curses would be completely off the table in that character's mind if their life was at stake. This raises the biggest question about the unforgivable curses in the upcoming game. It's a question of the player's role-playing freedom. If Avalanche limits access to the unforgivable curses, players might be forced to act unrealistically or out of their character during life or death situations. Though the main story of Hogwarts Legacy has not been entirely revealed, the Harry Potter stories in the trailer makes it seem like that players will find themselves in significant danger at some times at their stay at Hogwarts. Personally, being a fellow Potterhead, I know Warner Bros. Will want to appeal to a massive audience, young fans and older fans and new fans. But what this game needs more than anything is to be able to be as dark and evil as you want to be, similar to that of the Fable franchise where you can literally eat baby chicks, kill people, to grow horns out of your head and your physical appearance changes. Hogwarts Legacy should also do something like this, of similar how Tom Riddle was an attractive, young, dashing man and he transformed into this snake-like Dark Lord that he's later seen within the Harry Potter series. I cannot stress this enough. There absolutely has to be unforgivable curses in this game. It needs to be in the game to have the sense of gritty darkness the books and films of the Harry Potter universe captures within this wizarding world. Hogwarts Legacy needs to give the player the option to really choose how they want to carve out their legacy within their stay at Hogwarts. Hopefully, Warner Bros. And Avalanche do not take the lead of what Disney did with the Star Wars franchise. I do not want to see them water it down and dilute it to appeal to a child or a younger-based audience. What Warner Bros. And Avalanche Studios needs to understand is that this is a dark, gritty, mature universe with blood, murder, loss, and things of that nature. We do not need a game that's targeted at children to try and play this video game. If Avalanche and Warner Bros. Are really that worried about children playing this game, then they should advertise Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4 and 5 through 7. We, as die-hard, original, long-term, matured fans, have been waiting.
I did my waiting! 12 years of it! In Azkaban!
For a game of this stature to finally come to fruition. And honestly, I just hope they don't go and f it all up because they want to go after a younger based audience to try and fill their pockets with money. As many of you may see as myself, younger individuals getting their hands on rated M for mature games happens all the time, regardless. So I do not see why they wouldn't try and go as dark as they can and brutal as they can and mature as they can with the story within Hogwarts Legacy. If you enjoyed today's show, please make sure to click that subscribe button because 91.6% of you are not yet subscribed, and I'd personally really love to see you around the channel more often in the comments section. I love communicating with you guys. How would you feel if unforgivable curses were left out of Hogwarts Legacy? Let me know down in the comments section below. Make sure to hit that tiny little itty bitty bell icon to get notified once a week when a new video goes live. Stay tuned for more
Nuclear news.
I really do hope you enjoyed your time with me, as I always do with you, your host, AtomicDudMan, and until next time.